Having lost the war against Kent Hovind, soon to be published on a screen near you, I thought his son Eric would be a bit easier. "Hi," he said. "I hear my father destroyed you. Happens to the best. I'll be gentle with you." I thanked him. I had a lot of evidence with me. It was heavy, but I felt better prepared. "Just kidding," he said. "Where do you want to start?" I thought the beginning would be good, and gave him all the science books and publication on cosmology ever. Some were contradictory, but the overwhelming majority of it was just that. Overwhelming. "Very impressive," said Eric, and tossed the material aside. "But how do you know it's true?" I was about to say, I believe it was, but, as believing is seeing, I didn't. We looked at the observable universe. Not a single galaxy moved. "One to me," said Eric. "Cosmology is a religion. Not that there's anything wrong with a religion, by the way." "Let's take geology then." I gave him all the publications, book, and the secret data all the oil companies ever produced. He read it briefly and said, "That point where the continents meet for the 9th time, Pangaea, I think it's called, 250 million years ago? Do you know anyone who witnessed it?" He didn't have to say it. It was 2-0. Geology is a religion. Continents don't move. We looked at North America for a few minutes. He was right. "Why don't you try quantum mechanics?" he suggested, trying to help me out. I gave him everything science has ever published on the subject. I even detonated a hydrogen bomb to make my point. He just smiled. "Those electrons, can you show me one?" I showed him one, using a particle accelerator I had on me. "It's only there because we looked," he said. He was right. Quantum mechanics is a religion. You pray, and sometimes, miraculously, there is light. 3-0. The pile of scientific rubbish Eric has tossed aside was the highest mountain on Earth. "Come on," said Eric, "that's easy. Bring it on. You know you want to." I couldn't avoid it anymore. My secret weapon. It was time to present my evidence for evolution. I handed him every publication on the subject since Darwin's. I gave him the fossil record. That in itself was the highest mountain in the solar system. Every fossil was dated with the right isotopes, and they all agreed with each other to approximately 99% accuracy. The 450,000-year-old freshly caught fish was a faulty connector. I then gave him an annotated copy of the human genome and that of the chimpanzee, which were quite similar even to the naked eye. All in all, it was a beautiful, compelling, and convincing proof. I'll give it to Eric. He's a fast reader. He tossed all the stuff in the ocean and caused the biggest flood the universe has ever seen. Okay, the biggest flood the observable universe has ever seen. "Well," I said. The guy was drowning in evidence. All he had to do was admit it and be saved. I looked at him going back in time. He turned into a monkey, then a dog. He kept going backward. He looked quite good as a frog, then a banana, and soon earlier he was soup. He then realized he was going to become a rock, which he strongly objected to, and he said, "Okay, talking soup is not very credible, but believe me, I was there," he said. "How do we know we're here, having this conversation?" That was a good question. He deserved a good answer. I was about to ask one of the bystanders. There were many of them who took interest in the debate. Am I here, and if so, why? But then I remember the cyanide pill I carry with me at all times. Believe me, death is better than trying to win an argument against a creationist. Speaking of death, it's not what they told you. It's quite easy for you to share your experience with the loved ones you left behind, as you can easily see.